You are now tuned to BS3 Network. BS3 Network, changing the way you watch TV.
It's Queen3 King. It's Queen3 and King. It's Queen3 and King. Queen3 and King, we the team, it's going down. We the talk of the town, it's going down. We royalty, wear our crowns, it's going down. Tune in now, it's going down. Queen3 and King, we the team, it's going down. We the talk of the town, it's going down. We royalty, wear our crowns, it's going down. Tune in now, it's going down. It's Queen3 and King on BS3 Network.
Welcome to another episode of Queen3 and King. I am your host, King Dog. You see the queens there. We will get their introductions while we're waiting on the great Donovan. He has confirmed. Hopefully he'll be on shortly. But we'll start with our introductions here. We'll do it out north, almost in Van Augustine.
She ain't here.
One second. This is
it's Queen3 and King.
I'm gonna say he's all hooked up, but he's
Queen3 and King. I gotta wake up.
all right. All right.
It's time to wear me out.
Is it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So y'all talk amongst yourselves while I try to help Donnie navigate this.
Here you go with this talk amongst yourselves stuff.
Okay. So Sunday morning, right about 9:07, I woke up.
Okay, here you go.
Then I got okay.
All right.
Come on, microphone.
Okay, we can't hear you.
We gotta
Oh,
unmute.
you're muted.
Bam.
Bam.
See, I'm thinking about you, man. And you come on. I said, this is the consummate professional. This is a radio veteran. And he come on.
I've been sitting in settings for like 7 minutes. I thought I had everything going. I'm like, man, I'm chilling. I'm good. I've been sitting here looking at myself like I'm looking in the mirror or something. I apologize. Excuse my
Hey,
part.
not a problem.
No,
Man.
you're all
Not a
good.
problem. This is live, and you have technical difficulties from time to time. We appreciate you for taking the time to pop on with us. We know today unexpectedly has been a heavy sports day with some acquisitions with the Cowboys and Jason Kidd doing the fool, and John Morant spending $50,000 on strippers, which is about $45,000 more than I spend.
It's about 40. It's about 49.9 about more than I spend. Let me tell you. But I'd clap it. I'd clap it for 50 grand if you needed me to.
So we were just in the midst of introductions. So I'm going to finish introductions. We'll introduce you, and then we'll get into just a little chopping it up, man. We do things light around here. Nothing heavy. I reached out to you. You were gracious with your time, so we appreciate it. We'll get into some Donnie action here in a minute.
All right.
So again, energy already.
Oh yeah. Well, see,
I got plenty of that.
Let me explain something to you, Donnie. Calvin Watkins came on here last week and did the fool on us. Okay, he's big time. Let's just say.
All right.
I assured them this ain't Donnie ain't no big timer. He ain't no big timers like this.
No, never that. Never.
Yeah. So starting out north, almost in Oklahoma, in Van Augustine, we have the season baby. She also goes by Coco, the Glamour, Skinny Minnie, Boney Maroney. Talk to the people, Queen.
Good evening, everybody.
Good evening.
All right. And you said you had a sore mouth today. Is there a particular reason why that's rated you can tell
Yes.
us? Something...
No, I went to the dentist yesterday, jerk.
Okay,
And you already know that.
And that's house business.
Yeah, he missed.
Yeah, and just for Donnie purposes, what we wearing the number 12 Yaki today, or what which package we go with today?
Stop it.
Neither.
What? All right. And next we have the educator queen, who is somewhere on spring break, jacking with a phone. She's known as TT Amoeba. Talk to the people, Queen.
Good evening, everybody.
And she's got her to impress the Donna. She don't normally sound like that, Donna. She's trying to be impressive for you, sir.
Boy, I'll be.
And
Oh my God!
Don't start showing out because we got company.
Yeah,
you know how
you gotta be nice we got company.
Okay, let me learn.
All right, and then last but not least, we have the baby queen, Mama Lee, firmly entrenched as Blake's mama, but now that Bronx is around, she is Bronx's mama. Talk to the people, Queen.
Hello, everybody. Missed you guys.
Hey, Mama Lee.
Hello.
It's only been a week, but yeah, the last time they saw us, we was crunk in the house. So I'm certain this will go a lot better. So again, we have Donovan Lewis on the show, and here to give his bio is our Streets Are Talking correspondent, Lily. Give his bio.
Well, let me go ahead and introduce the Donovan Lewis. He is an American radio personality on the very popular Texas sports radio show. He grew up in Dallas, Texas. Oak Cliff.
That's my hood. That's my hood.
Get the shit understood. Hey,
yes.
You better ask somebody. South Side, you know it.
It's a whole lot of Triple D-ish going on tonight. And he went to East Texas State University, Texas A&M Commerce, where he studied for a degree in radio television. Lewis started his first role in radio at Talk Radio in 1993. From 94 to 99, he worked on the flight deck with Kevin McCarthy Show. He moved to the morning show producer on 93.3 FM, The Bone, in the Bo Roberts Morning Show. He later worked on the Big Bone Morning Show as a host and a sports reporter. Between 2006 and 2015, Donovan moved to work on his sister station, The Ticket, on 96.7 FM, 1310 AM on a show called Bad, short for Bob and Dan, with Bob Sturm and Dan McDowell. Donovan had regular parts on the show, such as Ghetto Jeopardy.
Ghetto Jeopardy.
Yeah.
We need to play that.
No doubt.
He has been a part of an excellent team on air with Hall of Famer Norm Hedges. They have partnered on Dallas Cowboys post-game show since 2007. He is now the co-host on the Normandy Invasion. He is recognized by the nicknames The Great Donovan or Donnie Do. What's up?
Hey, man. You made me sound all right. I'm interested in learning about myself. Man, that was great. Thank you. Thank you. It's very nice being on with you guys. Man. It's a pleasure to be on with you guys. I thank you. I can't thank you enough.
It's our pleasure.
Yeah.
Our pleasure.
Man, we're glad to have you. I've talked to you several times, and every time I talk to you, man, I tell you how proud I am of you, man. And it is widely known, man, even people who are ticket heads that are friends of mine out and about in the wild, man, when we get to talking about you, they are all so complimentary of you and your work ethic, man, and how much time you put in, man. So hey, we are proud of you, man. We really are appreciative of what you do, and it is not gone unnoticed, man.
I appreciate that. You know, sometimes you get into this business, you don't know what to expect, and I surely didn't know what to expect. And this ride has been as crazy as it gets, man. But it is satisfying when you hear things like that and knowing that your work is not going unnoticed, man. That's that makes me proud to
the
get out there and do
resume
that
is
every day.
resume.
It's crazy. I can't believe this year be 30 years in the business for me, man. That's
that's
incredible. I never would have thought that, but it's been fun. I wouldn't change it for the world.
Yeah. So let's hit on growing up in Oak Cliff, man. So he said something funny on the air the other day. He talked about, he said if the street's named after a state, you in a bad area over there.
You better turn your ass around. I try to give him that good advice. Yeah.
Right. So how was it growing up in Oak Cliff, man?
Man, I loved it, man. My parents still live in the same house I grew up in, man. It's right off 35 in Ann Arbor, about 3-4 blocks away from South Oak Cliff. I wouldn't change it. I wouldn't change that from anything, man. I loved every second of it. As a matter of fact, my younger sister lives next door to my parents, so she's still in the old neighborhood on the same street, man. We had loving neighbors. Everybody grew up, it's that old school black family, everyone knew everybody. Everybody's parents could give you a whooping if you did something crazy when you were growing up, and then you got the whooping at the house. It's just typical, man. But still go back into the hood. I was over there yesterday, as a matter of fact, visiting my parents, just checking on them, seeing how they were doing, man. But I loved every second of it. We can talk crazy or talk about, whatever about growing up or whatever, but I wouldn't change anything, man. I loved it.
Yeah. Did you ever have to worry about, because Oak Cliff can be, Oak Cliff, man, you got to be watching yourself when you go to Oak Cliff. See, our pawpaw lived in Oak Cliff, right across the street from the VA, over there, right off Lancaster. Okay.
Right.
So coming up, we spent plenty of time at Lancaster Keys. We spent plenty of time at the Church's Chicken right over there off of Lancaster,
Yeah.
So we spent a lot of time in Oak Cliff, but when you went to Oak Cliff, you had your mind made up what you was finna do. So did you ever have any issues to where you were having bully issues? You were had any threats of, gang pressures, anything like that over there?
Not really gang pressure, but bullying, of course. I mean, that's just kids are mean. And, I was real tiny growing up. I was 5'1" going to the 11th grade. So I was a little man. So you had to, kind of wade your way through that. But, it is what it is. You kind of hang around your friends of like minds, and you kind of protected each other and stayed away from all the madness and all the craziness. But I went to Holmes, man, right down the street from Lancaster. I went to Holmes for middle school. So it was fun. You always have those lines that if you think back about it, if you cross, then maybe your life will be a little bit different. But that's life. That's anywhere you go. It doesn't matter where you live when that happens, man. But my family they were always pretty protective and surrounded us with a lot of love, knowing that they tried to instill in us, hey, you have to make the right decisions in life. And I tried my very best to do that. And I was scary as hell. So any trouble that happened, I got the hell out of Dodge and ran to the crib. So I'm not going in front. I'm not going in front of y'all. I was scary as hell. So if something's about to pop off, I pop my black ass right back to the house and went in my room and closed the door. That was about it.
Love it.
Shame the devil.
Yeah. And so how did you, when you went to, at the time it was East Texas State University. Now it is more commonly known as Texas A&M Commerce. When you went there, was radio, TV, journalism, broadcasting, was that in your mindset then, or did it kind of develop at the time? How did all that come about?
Yeah, not at the very beginning. When I first got there, I was really good at math in school. So I thought that if you were good at math, you had to go into some type of engineering. So that's what I wanted to do when I first got to college. And then the very first class I took my first semester there was like an intro to engineering. And it was the hardest class I had ever taken. I was like, if this is intro, I'm screwed. Like I can't, I'm not going to even make it. So I actually went and talked to a counselor on campus. And she said, I must have talked my butt off, because she said, hey, have you ever thought about, announcing or radio, television, anything like that? And I was like, no, not really. And she said, okay, take this announcing class. If you don't like it, you can use the class as an elective. If you do like it, then maybe you found something. And that was my second semester, my freshman year. I took the radio, television announcing class and absolutely fell in love with it. I mean, 100% head first. This is exactly what I wanted to do from that very first class that I took. So right then and there, I just changed it to radio, television, and went about it. And I went about it that way.
Okay, love
Shout
it.
out
man.
to
Love
that
it.
advisor.
Yeah, I would love to know. I do not remember her name or anything like that, but I would love to talk to her again and to give her a big old hug, because I had no idea. After that first semester, I was like, I don't know what the hell I'm going to do. Like, no clue. And it's not even like me to go and try to seek help or talk to anyone. You know, we can figure all that crap out ourselves. But I just went on a whim and just went and talked to her, and boom, it's right there. So you're right. Shout out to her. I would love to know who that was, but I have no clue.
And see, I'm gonna say this too, man. That's what having a praying mama is like too. See, sometimes folks don't understand that things like that take place, those are from the prayers, you know, that our parents and our grandparents have bestowed upon us, you know,
no doubt.
in those blessings. Matter of fact, I often talk about, you know, the success that we've experienced in life. You know, me and my sisters, you know, we're business owners and we do well, homeowners, and we do well on our job and things of that nature. And I say all the time, some of those successes that we've experienced have nothing to do with our prayer, have nothing to do with us. It's all because we had praying mamas and praying grandmamas. You know, and we are making it on their backs, man. And sometimes you don't know how stuff come to fruition, but it comes, man. And I think it's those prayers, man.
And they give you the leash.
I always say, if it's hard, I don't want it. I don't want to force anything.
Right.
So just having that line up the way it did, that was nothing but God.
No doubt. And they give you the leash to make those mistakes. But if you make those mistakes, you can easily come to them and talk about it and got to get that guidance. But they, you know, they let me leave my life and say, hey, you know what? You got to figure out what you want to do because this is your life. So no, you're totally correct. You know, mom, grandma, aunties, all those just praying their butts off for me, man. You take it for granted at times, but you know, I appreciate it big time.
Absolutely.
No doubt. All right, so a couple of comments. We got Ben in the building. That's Ben Sutter III, the gentleman who put the BS and BS3 network. He says good. He says good evening, family, and then he says the great Donovan. And then we have our Aunt Marita in the building. She goes, "Hey, family, how you doing?"
Hey.
We got Aaron in the building. He goes, "What's up?" We have the intellect. He goes, "That's what's up." Shout out to D. Lou.
Yeah,
that's great.
And then he comes back and says, "That's called the gang, hanging with those of like mind and protecting each other." So when you said you hung out with those of like mind,
gang, it was probably the least scary gang in the whole wide world. But yeah, it was my gang. Yeah, no doubt.
Right. He got Snowman Multimedia from the Snowman in the Morning Show with Cole Johnson. He's Full House tonight. And then we got Ben says, "Love hearing the story, Donovan." Yeah, definitely. So I want to touch on, and let me just say this: this is not why Donovan came on the show. Donovan agreed to come on the show. I asked him, "Was there anything off limits?" He goes, "Absolutely not." But I wanted to give this charity some love because it is one that is near and dear to Donovan's heart. And again,
absolutely.
He didn't come on asking me for anything. He said, "Whatever you need me to do, I'll do." But he is very instrumental in At Last boarding. And Donovan, I want you to explain a little bit for us what At Last does and how important it is to our community, man.
Gladly. Thank you for the opportunity to do this. At Last boarding is a boarding experience. As a matter of fact, the building is right across the street from South Oak Cliff. They give kids that went to the elementary school that I went to, T.D. Marshall, and there's another elementary school in Oak Cliff. I believe it's Clinton P. Russell. They give them the opportunity to stay there Sunday through Thursday. They get the nutrition, the education, all that. They get to stay there so they can concentrate on their studies because, you know, we all know there are people that in the hood, you know, sometimes if you're 9 years old, you're the grown-up kid in the house and you have those grown-up kid responsibilities and you can't focus on that education. It gives them every opportunity they can to focus on their education. They stay there Sunday through Thursday. They go home the weekends. They come back. It's not a school. It's just that boarding experience where they get to eat and study and get all the advantages of concentrating on their skills. Yeah, it's built from the ground up from my guy, Randy Bowman. He did this in dedication of his mom because his mom was a single mom raising two boys, and she had a lot of hardships to try to get him you know, educated, and he wound up going to the University of Texas. He's a lawyer, and now he started this charity. So yeah, it's just when I found out that he pulled the kids from the school that I went to, and knowing Randy and where his heart is, I dove headfirst into it, and it does incredible work. It really does. Amazing. Just an opportunity that kids from our neck of the woods don't get. You hear boarding school, you think of Tootie and Facts of Life. You don't think about you know, Oak Cliff and servicing the kids from Oak Cliff. So yeah, it's doing incredible work.
Yeah, I thought that was a unique approach. Instead of taking the approach of what can we do in the classroom, it's like, well, what about after the classroom? Because sometimes that is so overlooked, man. And people and kids having good meals and people having good environments to be able to concentrate in. I mean, think about how many distractions there probably are at home for some of these kids. And it might not even be in their own house. It could be a neighbor or somebody across the street, or a big brother or a big sister, or you know, some drama going on or whatever. So I think that approach to say, let's look at what's happening outside of the classroom, after class and before class, that approach, man, was ingenious as far as I'm concerned.
And shout out to the parents. Yeah, shout out to the parents. I'm sorry, excuse me. Shout out to the parents that are allowing their kids to do that. Because I think a lot of parents would say, heck no, I'm not letting my kids not stay here and do this and all that stuff. Man. So shout out to them. So realizing that the situation could be helped by a charity like this, and then they go and they check out the campus and they check out everything that's going on, and allowing their kids to have those advantages. So it's just it really is something that's just unheard of in our neighborhood, in my neighborhood, that I wanted to jump behind. So it's I love it. It's fantastic.
Yeah, and it is something that my company has donated to over the last few years and whatnot. And I got it here in our comment section. So if you scroll in the comment section, you can find it. We have it on the screen as well. Have the website and have the social media tags. Hey, if it's just a few dollars, just go give them something to help these kids, you know, because I'm sure a lot of us can say we were just like these kids coming up.
No doubt. It's us. It's me. That's the same neighborhood I grew up in. That could have easily been me, you know. So that's why I gravitated towards that really, really quickly, and just wanted to help out as much as I can.
Yeah, and one of the things he does every year for that charity is he puts on a domino tournament.
Yeah.
All right. And if y'all know me, y'all know I play dominoes. So Donovan, Alicia right here, her husband and I, we play dominoes all the time. Donnie and I play dominoes all the time on the Domino app. And Donovan is one of the few dudes who beats me consistently in dominoes. And I don't appreciate it. You beat me consistently, man.
Man, that's all I did in college. I don't know how I graduated, because we played dominoes all the time, so much, 24/7. That's all we did. And I wanted to bring something unique to our radio station, you know, just something different, because a lot of golf tournaments, you can do that, different fundraisers to try to help out, but something that was unique to me, something I love doing, and that is playing dominoes. So this will be what year is this? I think this is year number 4 for our domino tournament, Labor Day weekend. And the first year was at Redbird Mall, and it was great, but that was right before the pandemic hit. And this is year for number 5 then, if I'm not mistaken. I'm getting old. I'm sorry. The numbers are jumbled up. But we raised a lot of money for At Last, doing something that I love to do, and our listeners are really, really, really kind and supporting and donating and raising money. So I'm trying to quickly do the math in my head as far as the amount of money we've raised so far. The first year, when we really didn't know what we were doing, didn't know what to expect, and we got to a little over $50,000, and I was just floored out of my mind that would happen. And now we've raised the stakes, and I think this year's goal is to get to $250,000 for At Last in the year. And I think we can do that, but it's going to take a lot of work. But just raising the money for the charity and benefiting those kids has been way worthwhile. Something that I never thought I could ever imagine happening, like my name on this tournament, helping out this charity. But it's been great so far, and I look forward to all the years to come.
If Randy has
Labor Day weekend.
Labor Day weekend. Yes, we do it Friday and Saturday. The Friday is the tournament to where the participants will play each other in the bracket style, and then the winners of the bracket on Saturday play me to see if they can beat me.
Oh,
And it
okay,
feels
okay.
like, yeah, it's been real easy the past years to beat me in these brackets. I've been real upset about that. I don't like losing at all. At all.
Yeah.
But
if Randy if Randy has a promo video for At Last Boarding, like a little commercial, if you'll get that to me, I'll get it played on as many of the podcasts on our network as possible, you know, to kind of get the word out and stuff like that. We typically feature a Black-owned business of the week, but I think from a charitable standpoint, this is something that we'd like to play on our network as often as possible, even on the Roku TV channel and stuff like that, to get him some more exposure and things of that nature. So if you can get that to me, if he has something like that, see if you can kind of get that to me, Donnie, so we can get that
I would definitely ask, and we surely appreciate it, man.
Yeah. Yeah. Now, is this what, so we got a street named, is it Donovan Lewis Lane?
Yeah, it is.
And is that because of this charity?
Yeah, it's right in front of the building. It's right in front of the building. As a matter of fact,
that's awesome.
If you go to Waze and put in Donovan Lewis Lane, it'll get you there. Now, don't blink because you'll miss it. You'll be driving and you'll blink and you'll go right by it. Don't blink. But yeah, no, it's there. They were nice enough to have that street in front of the building named after me because of the domino tournament and the money that we've raised for it. So it's really cool. Yeah.
I love it. So the ticket, man, the ticket exchange radio family of listeners and the way the listeners bond and connect. And, you know, if I'm somewhere and somebody sees me with a ticket shirt on, or I see them, we start talking in this language that people are like, what are y'all talking about? How do y'all know? We talking drops and stuff like that, right?
Right.
How is it being a part of something like that, man, in your day-to-day life, being out and about? How is it, man?
It's crazy. This is the third radio station I've worked for, and there's been absolutely nowhere like this before in my entire life that you get recognized or noticed everywhere. The farthest I've been that I've been noticed, I promise you, I was in Italy on a vacation, walking out of a store, and a guy that that heard me saying I was going to Italy, saw me and said, "Hey, Donovan." I just kind of turned around and shook my head. He's like, "Yeah, I was wondering if I was going to run into you here." It's incredible, man. It's so much fun. It's an absolute dream job. Seriously, it's like I would watch all the games anyway. I would talk about the games with my friends anyway. So now to get the opportunity to have the platform to not only talk about sports, but talk about anything else. And that's the one good thing. The one thing I love about the station is that they give us the platform to not only talk sports, but when all the social crap was going down, you can say what you feel. You can say exactly what you mean and just use that platform. And I think for a while, I don't want to say I took it for granted. I guess I just didn't realize the scope of it until now. Now I totally understand that I do have a voice and a platform that I have to take seriously, and I have to be responsible with it. So it's fun, man. It really is. It's something that when I saw on the outside looking in, I thought, man, that'd be really cool to work there. And I didn't realize that once I started working there, how cool it was. So it was probably everything I expected and probably 1,000 times more.
Yeah. And you work with a Texas Radio Hall of Famer in Norman Elizabeth Hitzkes.
That's right. Yeah.
How is working with Norm, man? Norm, when I met him on Media Row, man, that cool experience. It's almost like meeting your pawpaw best friend or something like that, man. How is it working with a radio legend every day, man?
No, it really is fun, man. You've been in the game so long, you don't realize that you still learn some stuff every day. And just our two different worlds coming together and putting together this program that we feel that works pretty well. And just to, get to soak in some of that knowledge from him. He's been in the game almost 50 years, man. So it's just cool. I was worried at first because he did the show by himself for so long. I was wondering how he would take to working with this young whippersnapper who thinks he knows everything, spouts out opinions about sports, man. But he was as accommodating as it gets. He's a really good dude, and I think that helps out a lot. A charitable guy, really concerned about your well-being and all that, and that's half the battle. So we're really good friends, and he's a really, really good co-worker, and we have fun. I think he's kind of come along to my side as far as some of the silly crap that we do on the air, because he was he was all strictly sports. He wants to talk this and talk that, and then here I come want to talk about, you know, his bottom or something. I don't know, just whatever we want to talk about and have some fun with. And he's really adapted to that well. But then I've learned as far as putting the show together and getting my thoughts out, he's really helped me out a ton with that. So it's been a blast, man. It really has.
All right. And, you know, to be perfectly honest with you, I really didn't care about having you on the show. I just wanted to get close to Twiggy. Y'all, Twiggy is his wife. Okay. And when I say Twiggy is probably more well-liked than Donovan by his co-host and listeners because of how real she is. Twiggy, my sisters would love Twiggy. Okay.
Yeah, she's the best.
So tell us about Twiggy, man. Where did y'all meet? Were y'all together in college? Were y'all after college, high school? How'd y'all meet, man?
Yeah, we met in college. She grew up in Gilmer, Texas. Okay. She grew up in East Texas, and she went to TJC first for the first 2 years, then came to Commerce. We met then, but we didn't date. We didn't start actually dating until our last year in college, around 93. She moved to Dallas with her grandmother, and once she did that, that's when we started dating. So we've been married. Next month, as a matter of fact, will be 27 years.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, she's the absolute best. Thank you. She's the best. You're right. She's country. That's what it's all about.
Yeah, I love it, man. And I got this. I'm not gonna play it probably, but I got the Upper Decker audio. Just know that I have it. Okay.
Yeah, we don't want to play that. Come on now, we're having a good time here. Having a good time.
But let me just say this. So Donovan is like me, okay, in the sense that he goes over in the white people land every now and then and do some stuff that black folks normally don't do, right? He may skiing, going to water parks, doing some things. I'm like that too, right? Like I love to snorkel. I own jet skis and boats. I'm doing all that kind of stuff, right? So Donovan does it. So just for the interest of our viewers and my co-host, so Donovan played a little prank on his wife one time at the house, and she ended it by saying, Donovan, you've been hanging around them white people too damn long.
She said it with her chest too, boy. He said it with a chest.
And they played it. He was secretly recording her, and they played it on the radio and stuff like that. So it was hilarious, you know.
Yeah, I had to sleep with one eye open for about maybe 2 months. Yeah, because I didn't know what she was going to do to me at nighttime.
Yeah,
but,
you were bold. To do that, you were bold, man. Yeah, a black wife. Yeah, you were bold, man.
It's dumb, but no, she's the best, man. We were struggling big time when we first got married, and I actually almost left. I didn't do radio because I wasn't making any money, and I thought, you know what, I got to make some money. I'm married. We may think about having a family. I got to do something else. So I almost went to teach, and I almost worked in insurance because my uncle had an insurance agency, and she told me, hey, you know what? That's not what you want to do. You're not going to be happy with that. We can manage. We'll be okay. Just, follow your heart, follow your dream, and do what you need to do. And so that worked out. She even got another job so we can, when we first got married, so we can, support each other and make sure everything was okay until we got the thing going. So let
me tell you this, Donovan. If you don't take care of Twiggy, I'm gonna come whip your ass. You understand what I'm saying? Because when she do that. And so Mika, my middle sister here, Mika, guess who Donovan knows? And I'm gonna put it up on the screen because he texted me last week when he found out Donovan was gonna be on the show. He knows.
Yogi Lewis. Yeah, that's my guy.
My buddy.
He knows our boy.
My buddy.
Yeah, that's my guy. He's great. I've worked with him a couple of times. He did a show and I was hosting the show and all that. Yeah, he's great. As a matter of fact, I need to send you the picture of when I went to his party and they was like in the, I can't remember, 30s, 20s, 30s style or whatever. I had a clean old white tux on and took a picture with him. So I have to send that to you. Yeah, he's a real good dude.
Yeah,
He's a real good dude.
Yeah.
Real good dude. I've been going on for it's been about almost 14, 15 years now.
Oh, really? Okay. Yeah. Well, if you talk to him, tell him that's my message to him right there. Just deliver that. It will be okay.
He has a podcast on our network on Monday nights called Man Talk Mondays.
Yeah, and, no doubt. I've tuned into that a couple times.
It's strong. It's strong. Yeah. You know, he's super funny. We're working on a couple of projects together. Dude's got a strong stand-up too, man. I went to a stand-up he had about probably a couple of months or so ago, and it was super strong, man. But that's a good dude too, man. You know, and when it comes to BS3 Network, man, the ownership here, the personalities here, we are really we connect with just good people, man. And that's what we try to do. You know, we're not concerned about what kind of talent they have or what they can do. Are you a good person? And that's the number one thing that we really look at when we determine, okay, are we going to do some business together, you know? And John fixed that bill for sure, man.
No question. He's great. His wife is great too.
Yeah, Cheryl's for sure, man. So you do a lot, man. Texas A&M Commerce football, you calling their games, right? You make all these appearances. Huh?
Stadium voice. Yeah, I don't do it on the radio. If you're in the stadium
voice. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. You do all these appearances. You do these dumb interviews like this. You traveling for the ticket. You getting tired, man?
No, man. This is great. This is what it's all about. You know, it's this job at the ticket has allowed me to expand my reach and do other different things as far as the stadium voice and commerce and doing the DeSoto high school football games on the radio and other MC opportunities. So no, sometimes it gets a little overwhelming. Football season is extremely busy, but hey, it's what we live for, man. This is what's up, you know, and this is this is why I got into the business, to try to expand the horizons a bit. So no, man, I'm still having fun. I'll tell you what though, the moment I feel like I'm not having fun, I could definitely see me doing something else and just dropping and say, hey, there are other things I want to do. Like, again, I've been in this game almost 30 years. There are a lot more things to do. So I don't know exactly how long I'll be doing it, but as long as I'm having fun and excited to go to work every day, let's go.
Wait a minute, hang on. Somebody just walked behind my sister. I need to find out who that is. What's her name? Let me holler at her like Mike was hollering the other day. Put it together, Mike.
Oh my gosh. What an idiot.
This is not the so that is a great segue into this Mike Irvin situation. Donnie, tell me what you think about that, man.
Ooh, please share your thoughts.
You know, it's and he's probably unfairly, you probably first hear it and go, okay, yeah, because of the things he's done in the past.
Yeah.
And then it was just, this is what I truly think about it. I think that he went about this the wrong way. And I think he got a little bad advice from his lawyers as far as how he tackled the situation, because when he first got kicked out of the hotel, then, you know, he went on, hey, I don't know what I was kicked out for. I meet a whole bunch of people. I don't even know what was said. I don't even remember, old girl. Like, he just went on this thing like nothing happened. And then we get the tape. And then they have this press conference saying, hey, the lawyer was the only one that could see the tape. I didn't do anything. And then it's almost like Marriott was giving him the out to say, hey, man, we kick you out the hotel. It's all good. We're not pressing any charge. Everything's good. He pressed the issue. And then they said, okay, well, if you want to keep pressing it, here's exactly what you said. Here's everything that went down. And then you see the video. They had the press conference today. That didn't prove anything. That didn't solve anything. As far as him saying he's innocent, the eye in the sky doesn't lie. Well, we didn't hear anything, so we just don't know. I think he went about it the wrong way. And now I don't know if he's going to lose his job over it. And even if he was just pulled from Super Bowl, sometimes you got to take those L's, man, and just move on. And just all the other stuff that he's done in the past, and he still was working at the NFL Network, I feel like this is not going to be the thing that's going to get him fired. So take your L. Go back when they say, all right, you know what, you can come back to work, everything is fine. But it seems like he's pressing the issue, and now all of a sudden he remembers everything he talked to with about the girl. You know, like come on now, you didn't remember it when it first happened, and now you do. Like, I don't want to point the finger and say the dude is guilty, but it's just been weird from the jump as far as, you know, who sees the tape, what was said. I don't know what I was, you know, kicked out for, what's going on here. It's just all around weird, man. But
yeah.
I'm a big track record guy, and the reason why, like my kids, my sons, my nephews, you know, young guys that I've coached before, I always talk the people who report to me at work, I always talk to them about a track record. And I say, you want to establish a good track record, because we all mess up from time to time. So when you mess up, you want to be able to call back on that track record where people can say, well, you know what, this guy's been with us for 10 years. We ain't never had no issue. And then they're like, okay, we can excuse this, or we can overlook this, or they'll give you the benefit of the doubt because of your track record.
Yep. If y'all hear that about me, I want all 4 of y'all to be shocked. Oh my God, I can't believe it. I don't want y'all to say, okay, I expected that. I knew that was going to happen. I want y'all to genuinely be shocked.
I'm going to be clutching my pearls. What?
That's right. That's right. So when I'm in the Marriott and y'all hear that, I want y'all, God dog it, what the heck? I can't believe it.
Yeah. And we got a couple of comments here. So Naranda says, hey, y'all, what's going on, little sis? Facebook user, I don't know if this might be
that's Lakedra.
Okay, that's Lakedra. Okay, she goes, hey, Queen3 King, and dog guest Donovan, such a blessing. Yes, definitely. And somebody, you can tell they listen too, because they said my man Donnie do. Who is this?
That's John.
That's John. Okay. And then LOL OMG, and then somebody want to say Cocaine Mike. Probably John again.
Oh no.
Yeah. So Donovan, so you got this career in radio. So tell us about your fandom, though. You're in a sports radio station, right? So there's sometimes it can be considered taboo for journalists and radio to be fans of teams. I don't care nothing about that. I'm a Cowboy fan. I'm a Maverick fan. I'm a Ranger fan. I'm a Stars fan, and I don't care who know it. So what about though? Who are you? What teams are you fans of?
If you want to put them in a list, number 1 is 100% Mavericks. I am diehard 100%. I don't make any bones about it on the air. You know, they try to tell sometimes you need to be impartial. I don't care. I'm a Maverick fan through and through. And it's funny about the Cowboys because growing up, my dad was not a Cowboy fan, and he still isn't. And, you know, you grow up, you want to be like your dad. So, hey, you know what? My dad's not a Cowboy fan. I'm not either. And then I fell in love with Randall Cunningham. Like, that was my guy. So I was a Philadelphia Eagle fan because of Randall. And then now that you work at the radio station, and I've been there and doing the post game since 2007, then you know what? If you ask me who I'm a fan of, I'm a Cowboy fan now because, you know, you're so invested in the team and you talk about them 10, 11 months out of the year. So, but Rangers, Stars, man, I'm Dallas, man. I don't like the only thing I don't like is any team in Houston. They can kiss it.
Houston.
The whole city. Somebody asked me the other day, somebody asked me the other day, what is Houston good at? And I said, stinking. That's it.
I'm with you, man. I cannot stand Houston, man, as a city. I don't know why. I like
crew, Houston, man. And if you're down with Houston,
to me.
You say what?
Houston's fans are worse than Dallas to me.
They're bad.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you know what? And they have a good baseball team, and they won a couple of World Series, and now it's just, oh my gosh, like you can't tell them anything, but everything else around Houston stinks.
Hilarious.
Sorry for my people in Houston. You guys are okay. The city sucks.
So y'all, Donovan, I'm gonna tell you another way Donovan is real black on the radio. If I was to put up 3 6s right now, Donovan would have a problem with it. Anytime 3 6s come up somewhere or another, Donnie is out.
Yeah, we don't play with that. We don't play
Praise
with that.
Him.
Yeah.
Praise
Mark
him.
of the beast. I don't need any of that around. No,
you don't need it.
No.
I love it.
You don't need it.
Nope. If that's the total, we buying something else. If that's the
Ask
flight,
Tammy if
I'm
you
changing
done.
the flight. If that's the hotel room, we are changing rooms. We don't do that. None of that.
Yeah.
So, and he's also, we got another thing in common. He's very superstitious like me. So if he's watching the Maverick game and they losing, he gonna change the way he's sitting. He gonna change what he wearing. He gonna change what he drinking. He gonna do something different to change the outcome of that game. He think he got that kind of power.
Yeah, I get that strictly from my parents. Like that's real. Seriously, in 2020 when the Stars made their Stanley Cup run in the bubble, I had the pair of shorts when they won the first game. I wore those shorts every single game without washing them or anything. I was really not nice to be around once the Stanley Cup Finals was getting toward the end. I was sat in the same chair, watched the game in the same shorts, everything. We needed to happen. We got to make it happen. But I do get that from my parents. My dad, if it's a team that he wants them to win, he'll start watching them, and if they're losing, he'll turn it off. Well, you know what? They'll start winning if I don't watch. And it's like, I don't think that's how it works, Pop. That's not how it goes. But it doesn't matter. You can't change his mind whatsoever.
And like several little black boys, Donovan had a crush on Good Times' own Thelma. And
hang on. You're getting them mixed up. You're getting them mixed up. I know nothing wrong with Thelma. She was great.
Yeah.
I mean Thelma. My crush was on Thelma Hopkins. Give me a break.
Okay.
Bosom Buddies. That was my crush.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought it was Thelma at Good Times because I was going.
No.
I was going to say my sister, the season queen Nicole, she is often compared to Thelma from Good Times. And I was going to see if you was going to possibly leave Twiggy for her, and she was going to leave Kenny.
If that's what we need to do, that's what we need. Do you dance real hard like Thelma did in Good Times? She danced real hard. She's all over the place.
And
I actually got to meet Thelma. At Papados, at Papados at Oaklawn. She was in town for a play, and I had a friend of mine that worked at like ABC Radio, and she was interviewing her and Jack Hay, and they wanted to go get something to eat.
Oh wow!
And the Papados at Oaklawn was right by our studio, and she said, "Hey, don't you like Thelma Hopkins?" I was like, "Oh yeah," just kind of gassing it up because I didn't think she was there. She's like, "Okay," she said, "Papados, come meet her." And I'm like, "Nope." Not gonna do it. Not gonna make me make a fool of myself out there falling all down. But I did go. And I met her, and she tried to old school Mac me. It was a little scary, but it was, she did.
You guys want to hear what she said? She tried to like
and this is the God to honest truth. I am not lying to you whatsoever.
I want to hear.
So I walk in, and the first person I meet was Jack Hay. Really nice, really cool. And then I told my friend, I said, "Hey, don't gas me up. Don't say, oh, he's been a fan of yours a long time. He loves, just introduce me. Everything will be fine." But of course, she gassed me up. He's been loving you for a long time. All this other stuff. So I'm all sweating and I'm embarrassed. And then I just met, how you doing? Nice to meet you. Nothing comes about it. It's all good. She takes a sip of a margarita. She puts it down. She tells me to come here, just like that. And I went, okay. So I sat down, and she was like, he's cute. Don't you think he's cute? And Jackie was like, he's all right. And she said, and I promise you, this is not the lie. She said, he's so cute. He's lickable. And she licked me on the side of my face.
Oh my God.
Wow.
I just kind of sat looking forward, like, what the hell is happening here? Like, I don't think I've been old school Mac like this before in my life.
Wow.
Like, I don't know.
Oh my gosh.
And then she told me,
Rachel.
I hate to tell all her business on here, but I'm doing it anyway.
Yeah, that's like, so
she
all
said,
all of your spank bank dreams came true.
Oh my gosh! Like 14-year-old Donovan is like, okay, I'm about to go to the bathroom right quick. She told me that she was going to follow me around with a mattress on her back.
Oh
and I was
my!
Like, Okay, I don't know what that means, but okay. Like I'm being old school Mac for real.
Them drinks was drinking. It Papa knows one thing.
Let me tell you,
was out of town.
I don't know if she had a Papadocious or a swamp thing or whatever, but what she did in there.
Yeah.
I'm going to find the picture of the first day I met her, and I'm gonna pop it up here on the screen because it's kind of wild. I have to find it though. Oh, here it is, right here. Just to let you guys know that I'm not lying.
Oh, look at her. Oh, yeah.
From the very first day.
Wow.
Y'all notice y'all notice how quick he access it?
It's in the special folder. Yeah, it's in the special folder.
Yeah.
It's in the go-to folder.
So you're in your radio career, man. What would you say would be? I'm gonna start with the worst moment of your radio career, and then after that, I want you to tell us your most fondest moment of your radio career. What's the worst moment of your radio career?
Boy, worst moment. Boy, that's a good one. Boy, I'd really have to think about that. So let's go with the best. Let me think about the worst moment because.
Okay.
If you got,
I got it. I know it. I know exactly what it is. And because our station is very unique, it is sports, but then we do try to entertain and we try to have some comedy. And I'm trying to bring the culture to the station at times. And sometimes I even feel that maybe I'll cross the line trying to, be funny or whatever. So there was one instance, and we had our annual summer bash, and it was on Juneteenth. And I was just trying to think of something funny to write or do or some kind of bit to go with Juneteenth. And I wrote this song that I totally 100% regret writing. Like I don't even think it was to the level of, like, you remember when Chappelle said he found that they weren't laughing with him, they were kind of laughing at him, and he kind of felt that a bit. The song that I wrote, I think when I thought about it and after I did, it was so bad and they were laughing that I thought, you know what, I just need to script that. I think that made me feel bad. And I thought, you know what, I think even I crossed the line as far as trying to do something funny with something that wasn't funny.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
And
okay.
I don't even think we've replayed it. It's probably erased from, because we saved every single thing. Yeah, no,
that's right.
That's right. Yeah, it was bad. I felt really bad after I did it, and I was like, yeah, that probably was a little too much. Did
you get any backlash from that?
A couple, yeah, I got a little bit. Yeah, and
from who? From like listeners or who?
Yeah, from listeners.
Yeah,
from a couple of brother listeners that were like, come on, bro. Like, hey, like I know it, I understand what you're trying to do, but that was probably a little bit crossing the line. I was like, you know what? It probably was. Once I was done, I was like, damn, that didn't feel right. I embrace bringing the culture, our culture to the radio station. I embrace it. You know that.
Absolutely.
I love it. And you can do it in ways to where it's appreciated by everyone. It's, I don't want to say educational, but I think a lot of other people will learn some things, and then you guys will understand exactly where I'm coming from and enjoy it and appreciate it. I have to try to find that balance.
I think you actually put on a clinic by bringing the culture. You do it in such an understated, not in your face kind of way.
Right,
It's organic the way it happens. You know what I'm saying? It does not feel like you're forcing the issue at all. It's just natural, but I can tell that's what's taking place.
I pride myself on that and trying to deliver it that way. But I crossed the line with that one, and I realized that. So I felt really bad for a while after that, saying, God dang it, I got to be better than that.
Hey, shooters gonna shoot.
Oh, right. Yeah. You don't make every shot you take. That's true.
Shooters gonna shoot, baby.
Michael Irvin. Ask Michael Irvin. Shooters shoot. Best moment. Man, I truly had so many really proud moments. I think it was one time here recently when we were when all the George Floyd stuff hit, and a lot of people will tell you, especially, they want to get you to stick to sports because they look to us sometimes to separate themselves from the real world, and it just don't work like that all the time. Like, I get it and I understand, and we're there to entertain and all that stuff, but sometimes things need to be said. and just our station allowing me as the lone Black voice on the station to say exactly how I feel without putting any type of handcuffs or anything on us. I think this probably was one of my prouder moments, just me personally, because I got to say exactly how I felt to anybody who wanted to listen to it, and didn't hold anything back, didn't try to sugarcoat anything whatsoever. And I thought our station as a whole did a good job expressing themselves, but I thought the spotlight was on me. And it's weird to say that I can get uncomfortable with the spotlight on me having the job that I have. That sounds really weird, but in certain situations that's the case. But yeah, just to freely, truthfully tell them how I felt about everything that was going on. I was really proud of that moment and that whole entire couple of weeks that we really dove headfirst into that, because I kind of let loose. I didn't hold anything back. I wasn't sugarcoating anything. I wasn't trying to say, hey, this could be this could be that. I tried to, out of my 51 years on this earth, I tried to tell them exactly what I felt and how my parents grew up, and it was because we're one generation removed from everything being as effed up as can possibly be. So now how do you think things could be like this? Well, go ask my mom. Don't ask, my great grandmother. Don't ask them. Ask my mom that their one day to go to the fair was Black Day. My mom, one generation. So it was a time where I really got to kind of sound off and let them know exactly how I felt about some things. I was really truly proud of that, being allowed to do that.
Yeah, love it, man. Well, hey, we are getting close to the end here, so we're gonna have some final thoughts. But I just want to say, man, again, I cannot reiterate it enough how proud I am of you, man. It seems like every year you're on the station, man, you seem to get more and more comfortable with yourself, and you let you shine through. I'm sure it's probably burdensome at times representing race. You know what I'm saying? Being the only Black guy on the ticket. But when I say you handle it with, and it really comes across effortless, man. But I know it's a lot of work. But I just can't state that enough, man, how proud I am of you, man. Really.
Oh, I appreciate that. That means a ton, man, because, I get it from both sides. It's, sometimes, sometimes it's us. You letting them white boys say whatever they want to and all this other stuff. It's like, no, it's not like that. Those are my friends. And, sometimes friends can say some things to you that other people can't, but we still going to, keep it real and let them know, hey, you know what, this is how it is. But hey, it's refreshing when you get to hear things like that about when I hear things like that about myself, because I just don't even think about it like that, man. I'm just going to do my job and having some fun and doing what we need to do, but then I understand the scope of it. But I just want you to know that I appreciate what you just said and the support that you've given me all these years, man. That means a ton. Seriously, it really does. And if I haven't told you that before, I wanted to tell you that now. And even the things that you guys are doing now, like this is important. This is important stuff. We're finally able to kind of have a voice out there now, and not just having to wait for someone to hire us so we can have this voice. You have a platform that you're using now to get to say your thoughts and say what you want to say. And that's what it's all about. Like that's why I think a lot of people before us did this, so we can have the freedom and then have our thoughts and our voices heard and we can represent. That's what it's all about. So I'm proud of you guys for doing what you're doing right now also.
Appreciate it.
Yeah. Well, let me just say, you say, you made a very key statement. You said, I don't know if I've said that. You've done something more important than saying it. You've shown, every time I've interacted with you, you've shown your appreciation. And to me, I often tell people that, your actions speak so loud, I can't hear what you're saying. No way. So you've shown it in every interaction that we've had, that you appreciate it. So that's the case. We're going to go around the horn and say our final thoughts. Donnie, we'll let you have some final thoughts. We'll put up the at last information up again. And when we sign off, Donnie, just kind of hang on and stay in the back, behind in the green room, so to speak, so we can thank you properly. Let's start with the season queen. Nikki, with your final thoughts, ma'am.
First of all, I appreciate you coming on. I know you're you're a busy guy, but you took the time to come on to our little old podcast. But I really appreciate you, and I enjoyed you very much. So I just thank you for taking the time out to spend with us today.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
No problem. And to our listening audience, I love you guys.
They love you back.
I know, girl.
All right. Mika.
All right, to the viewers and to our listening audience, thank you for tuning.
Well, first of all, did you find that girl who walked by before you go?
Keep talking. Keep talking.
Going through. To Donovan, I enjoyed your humble spirit. Thank you for coming on and taking some time out of your schedule. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Donovan, thank you so much. What'd you say?
Hush to you.
I told her to
Did he
tell
say
that girl to
something?
holler at me.
No, okay, I should have kept talking.
Tell her to run.
Donovan, we thank you so much for blessing us with your presence tonight. It was a great conversation. I'm going to echo Mika. You can just see the humbleness and hear the humbleness in your voice. It's like talking to somebody we've known for years, not some radio legend, because that is what you are.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it.
And to our listening audience, thank you so much for tuning in week after week. Y'all make this possible for us. So we appreciate it. And we'll see you guys next week.
Yeah. See, I know my sisters didn't tell me this, but I know they were a little nervous because of how Calvin Watkins did us last week. They was probably thinking Donnie. Were probably thinking Donnie was gonna come on here and be big time like Calvin Watkins.
What did he do?
Oh,
if that was gonna happen, I was gonna get off of here. Well,
we're gonna talk in the green room.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Please. I like to know that. Now let's get some juice going around here. Now let's go.
It's pretty juicy.
Before Donnie gives his final thoughts, I'm going to put this up again at last.kindful.com. Randy Bowman doing great things for the kids out there, man. So if y'all can support him, please do so. Let him know we were thinking about him, try to help the kids, man. Because again, what's that song say? I believe the children are our future. Teach them well.
You ain't gonna never get that girl walking behind your sister. Not with those two. Elba.
All right, Donnie. Final thoughts, my man.
I really appreciate you guys having me on. This was really fun. Thank you guys for the support. It's real, man. I love this. I do love the platform that you guys have, and anytime you guys want to talk or need me, hopefully I didn't hog the conversation too much. Like that counselor in school. That counselor's like, damn, you talk too much. Go to radio television. And it worked. But anytime you guys want to have me, man, I'm available for you. Thank you for everything. I appreciate it.
We want you to come back and host Black Jeopardy for us. That's what we want.
Ghetto Jeopardy.
To do.
Let's go. Let's go.
Put an episode of Ghetto Jeopardy on for us.
I got you. We will make that happen for sure. It'll be easy for you guys. I tried to make it as easy as possible for my co-hosts, since they had no ghetto-ness in them whatsoever.
Right. Yeah, I loved it, man.
Yeah.
Well, hey, again, thank you. The Queen3 and King audience thanks you. The BS3 network family thanks you, man. And again, if there's anything we can do to support you, do not hesitate to let us know. Next week on Queen3 and King, we will be meeting Miss Karita Parks, woman in sports. This is another African-American female with Double Take Sports and sports journalist. She's doing her thing, running to her out at the Super Bowl. She covers the team in the DC area, but she is a powerhouse. So we'll meet her next week as well, Miss Karita Park. So make sure you tune in there. And as always, we appreciate you for supporting Queen3 and King. We'll see you next week.
Want beef, then we cooking, bro, bring the hook in. Queen3 and King, we the team, it's going down. We the talk of the town, it's going down. We royalty, wear our crowns, it's going down. Tune in now, it's going down, it's going down. We just hit you with another one. It's going down, we just hit you with another one. It's going down, we just hit you with another one. Tune in now, we just hit you with another one. It's Queen3 and King. It's Queen3 and King. It's Queen3 and King. It's Queen3 and King.